Dreams can make you cry, dreams can make you laugh.
Hello everyone, it's Lilac Dreams and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be actually customizing a My Little Pony. It has been a very long time since I've customized a My Little Pony. It's been over a year. I don't even know how long it's actually been, but it's been a long time, so we're going to be doing another My Little Pony custom today. My base for this custom is this Fluttershy. As you can see, the base has already been prepped. I already braided the hair, removed the head, and so on. The main reason that I'm customizing this Fluttershy is because she had been eaten by a dog in the past, which is what all the clay is about. I filled in the spots where she was eaten with a little bit of clay, and then smoothed it out, and I also took off all of the rough plastic edges with a craft knife just to smooth out the plastic so the paint will look nicer on it. I'm sure it still won't look perfect because she was chewed on, but it'll look a lot better than if I hadn't done that. So yeah, I'm going to be customizing her today. I do have a little bit of a plan. I don't have 100% of a plan, but I have enough of a plan to get started, and I've been procrastinating this custom for quite a while, so I think I'm going to do that and just get started. I'm keeping her hair the color it is as it is. Her hair is in pretty good condition. It's not perfect. I might end up cutting it a little bit just to get rid of some frizz, but it's definitely not bad. The main issue with her is just, this. There's really nothing else wrong with her except for the bits where she was chewed up. But yeah, anyway, let's get started with the base coat. For this custom, I decided to test out a brand of paint that I've never used before, and I'm gonna kind of be telling you guys how that went. I started out with a white base coat for her. This paint was very thin, and I was told it would be thin, but I didn't think it would be this thin. It took at least 3 coats for the base to get full coverage. It was also just really weird. It dried really fast, and I was expecting it to dry fast. I was warned about that, but it dried even faster than I thought it would. One good thing about this paint, though, was once it dried, it was really smooth. You could see the brush strokes a little bit, but because of how thin it was very smooth coverage. There wasn't any weird lumps or anything like that, so I did really like that. So I was painting the second coat for the base coat, and this started to happen. I don't know why, but the coat underneath my second coat is washing away and getting all lumpy and gross. So I'm gonna go run this under the sink, get all the paint off it, and then I'm gonna do a second coat again. Here's the head. After washing the paint off, it all came off. It came right off as soon as the water touched it, which I know acrylic paint comes off when it gets touched by water, but it shouldn't come off as easily as it did. I didn't even need to rub it. I ran it under the water and it was gone. And acrylic paint does that when it's wet, but when it's dry, it shouldn't do that, but it did. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might end up using a different brand of paint. I'm gonna try a second coat on here. Hi, so it is dark. I apologize, the lighting isn't the greatest. It's nighttime. I have been so busy, but here we are. I've got some stage lights here to try to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I have finally finished the base coat for this pony. The next step I need to do is paint the main color, and the main color of the pony is going to be gray. I haven't decided if it's going to be a light gray or a dark gray, but it's going to be gray. The color that I have, just the straight out of the bottle, non-mixed basic version, is this one right here. And it's kind of hard to see on camera because, like I said, the lighting is really bad right now. But here's the gray that I have. It's a very dark gray, and I kind of like the contrast it gives with the color of the pony. Like that. But I also kind of want to do a lighter gray. So I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is mixing some gray with some white and doing that. But because I have to mix colors, I'm going to need to somehow save the color and put plastic wrap over it and all of that wonderful stuff so it doesn't dry out, since I have to leave the paint on the pony to dry for at least 36 to 48 hours. So that's great. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that now and just start painting the gray on the pony. I hope this paint isn't chunky. I've had it sitting here for like a week, since last weekend I think is the last time I worked on this. I like the color of this pony. It's kind of interesting because you don't see many gray ponies. The only gray pony, like, official release that I can think of anyway is Octavia. The lighting is super weird right now with all the shadows. It's making it kind of difficult. I'm gonna put a light back here, so hopefully I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. I've got my window open and stuff, but I've still got like this weird shadow being cast, so it makes it kind of difficult to paint. Yeah, I've been super busy with like school and stuff lately. I'm in a class, I'm an English class where I have vocab tests like every day. And then I also have essays every week. And I don't get class time to work on either like studying for vocab or doing my essays or anything like that. And class time is spent doing grammar. So there's like a million things I have to memorize for that class. You know, grammar, vocab, and then obviously I have to work on an essay too. So it's a lot of work. And then I've got a bunch of other classes too that are painful. I expected, you know, like this year of classes and stuff to be significantly harder than all the other years. And I feel like every year seems to be harder and more challenging. And I was expecting this year to be harder and more challenging too. But every year is only like 10% harder and more challenging. But this year is like 200% harder and more challenging. So we'll see. I think I'll just leave this to dry and then I will do another layer off camera later. I'm not too worried about getting paint on the hair because of how easily the paint already comes off the plastic. I do like the color because I didn't want to go too dark. And I didn't want to go too light either because I didn't want it to look like Diamond Rose. But I also didn't want it to be, you know, super dark. And I do like the color. And it will lighten just a little bit once it dries. I think it looks really good with the pink hair. So that's always nice. I haven't decided what I want to do for Cutie Mark yet. I kind of want to do something like, I want to make her, I don't know, I kind of want to do something like a compass or a map or something like that. I really like the planet Cutie Mark that I did for Star. I name her Meteor or something like that. I don't know. And then I'll probably end up doing like a black sponging on her, like where her Cutie Mark's gonna be. Kind of like Luna has almost. And like I did with Star. I'm gonna go get Star because I keep referencing her. So I'm gonna go get her. So here's Star and you can kind of see the Cutie Mark I did on her. And I really love this Cutie Mark. Like I think it looks super cool. And I also like the, almost like an Appaloosa marking. Hi, so it has been so long since I've worked on this, but I really wanted to show it to you guys. Here it is with all of the gray painted. It looks so good. It looks amazing. You can probably see some of the paint streaks and stuff on camera, but I'm hoping when I cover it with Mod Podge that'll like cover it up a little bit. Right now what I want to work on, I have a few minutes, so I figured I would just do it now. I'm going to do the wing gradient on her wings. I am super nervous because she looks amazing and I really don't want to mess up. And I'm worried that I won't be able to rub the paint off of her because, as you guys saw earlier in the video, this paint is not water resistant at all. Most acrylic paint, once it dries, you can get it wet, and as long as you're not too aggressive with it, it won't mess it up. So if you have wet acrylic paint on dry acrylic paint, you can get the wet acrylic paint off without messing up the dry acrylic paint. This paint, however, is very temperamental and I don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to do the wing gradient now. And once I'm done with the wing gradient, I'm going to cover the entire thing with Mod Podge before I do the Cutie Mark and the eyes, because I know for sure I'm going to mess up on the Cutie Mark and eyes. However, I don't want to do that before I do the wing gradient just because I don't think it'll blend as well with the paint if I put Mod Podge over it first. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense, but just trust me. And we're going to go for it. I'm scared, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm extremely indecisive, so I asked Instagram what I should do for the wing gradient. If I should do black, pink, or white, and they said pink, so I've got this in pink. Obviously this isn't the same color as her hair, so I'm gonna need to color match it. I'm gonna use this sponge. I want to make it clear to you guys, I have never tried a gradient with a sponge like this before. Every time I do a gradient, I do it with a brush, but they always kind of turn out a little mid. So I want to try it with the gradient, but I'm also scared. So I got a brush here for backup. I'm terrified. I also should have thought this through better. But it's okay. We're just gonna like... I'm really scared. Okay, see, because when I did this, I used a sponge, but I used a bigger sponge. So I don't know if maybe your sponge size matters in gradient creation. I don't know, and I feel like it would have been smart to test this out on paper first, but we're gonna go for it. I'm scared. I really don't want to mess this up, because like I said earlier, I love how it looks, so we're just gonna... can't do it. Okay, just gonna go for it. Whoa, no going back. This is not working. Wipe some extra paint off maybe, and it'll just like... Nope, this isn't working. Nope, this is not working. What have I done? Okay, we got a dry brush here. I'm just gonna kind of like... See, this looks better than the sponge. People always said use a sponge. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I do it wrong. And that's incredible. And that's entirely possible. However, I trust my brush more than I trust this sponge thing that I've never used before. So we're just gonna go for it with a brush. I mean, you know what I just realized? There's 2 wings and insides. I'm gonna have to do this 4 times. Out here, it's weird because every time I do gradients, I use a wet brush, and you know what I can't use with this paint? A wet brush. Just kind of like brush it out here, brush out the lines, try to get a cleaner look. We're not gonna go past this line here. I'm just gonna kind of like blend it in there. This does not look like a gradient, but it looks good. So I'll take it. Now I just have to do it 4 more times. The inside of her wing. So final reveal in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, what we have. Is it what I was going for? No. But do I still like it? Yes. So here's kind of... The symmetry here is pretty good. It's a little wonky on this side, which is the first side I did, strangely enough. But here is kind of the 360. Is it the gradient I was going for? Not really. But I really like how it turned out. It is time to do the cutie mark marking. Now, I want to acknowledge I have done this before. However, this pony doesn't have wings and this one does. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm gonna do this dark gray color instead of black just because I don't want the pony to be too busy with too much going on. Okay, you know, it's not exactly what I was going for, but it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna try again. It's gonna be fine. Okay. You know what? I didn't get much of that on camera, but I like the color. I kind of like what we got going on here. I'm going to take a dry paper towel and just kind of dab at it. Okay, so final reveal in 3, 2, 1. Here's kind of what we're looking at. The lighting is not great in my room right now, but here is kind of what we're looking at. I like it. Is it what I thought it would be? No. Is anything ever what I think it will be in customs? No, but I still like how it looks. I think it looks really cool. It's giving me like moon vibes, which is interesting. And I'm gonna let this dry. Yeah, I'll see you later. Hello. So I have finally, after way too long of trying to figure it out, decided what I'm gonna do with this pony. I'm going to be doing a compass cutie mark. First things first, so I'm gonna do the eyes. Because it's just the easiest thing to start with. I'm going to just do the whites of the eyes right now. Yeah, the whites of the eyes are done. So I want to do the eyes, finish the eyes tonight, and then I'll work on the cutie mark this weekend. I don't know how much of this I'm going to do on camera. I'm a little terrified, but it's alright. I'm using a different brand of paint for my black because I don't have black in the other brand. So just put some black on the eye. Oh, look at that. That looks crazy. Perfect. This is her eyes. No, it's not. Okay, so here's how the eyes look. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're not bad. And I think once I get the color on there, it'll look a lot better. It looks so creepy right now without the white highlights. But anyway, I've been sitting on the floor painting with this teeny tiny little brush, and it's actually really helpful
I finally got the color matched. It took way too long, but I got the color matched. I am painting the eyes. I'm going to touch them up because they're a little wonky right now. It's also weird because I've never painted this eye shape before. All the other ponies I've done have more of a oval eye shape, but because this was a Fluttershy originally, she had very circular eyes. So yeah, just working with that. I will update you guys when it's done. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how amazing this is. She looks so good. I love these eyes. They look amazing. I'm in love with them. The only thing they still need are the highlights in them, which I'm going to do in the morning because they're still kind of wet right now. I really wish I could have recorded painting these, but it would have just been too hard with the setup that I have and everything. So yeah, here they are. They're amazing. I love them so much. I did all of it with the nail art brush, and I think it's turned out so well. I'm literally obsessed, and look how symmetrical, you guys. Oh, they're perfect. They're perfect. I love them so much. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed and I will finish the eye highlights in the morning, and I might start her cutie mark tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Look at that. Look at that. It looks so good. I love it so much. I'm going to do her cutie mark. I'm going to sketch it first, and then I will paint over the sketch. So I have done a sketch. It's really hard to see, but I did a sketch with pencil. And basically that's what the compass is going to look like theoretically. I'm going to paint it in white, and then I might go back and add silver. But yeah, this is kind of the basis of what we're looking at for the compass. And now I get to paint it, which is going to be great. Okay, here's where we're at. I've got the start of it, the start of something. It's not too bad. This part up here goes up like way too high, which I'm going to fix right now. Let's keep going. It doesn't look bad right now. I just need to do the circles, which is what I'm really worried about. Even the sketches of the circles aren't that good, so it's fine. We'll figure it out. We've got something happening here. It's not horrible. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. There we go. Okay, and then I need to do another outer circle, which I feel like is going to be a little harder. And then I need to do the letters, which is going to be something. Okay, there's where we're at. Is it perfect? No, I'll go through and straighten up the lines later. But honestly, it's not bad. I need to do the letters now. I don't know how I'm gonna fit the letters on there. There's not much room. Here is the final cutie mark. I absolutely love how it looks. It looks so amazing. Now the only step left to do is put Mod Podge on the whole pony and put the head onto the body. Don't worry, you guys. I am using Mod Podge for this. I know a lot of people freaked out at me in the past because I use nail polish, and honestly I've had customs with nail polish for 3 years and no problems, but recently I've been having a few problems with it, specifically with like my main OC, so I'm going to be using Mod Podge. So there you go, all the people who get mad at me for not using Mod Podge. I'm using Mod Podge, so be happy now. I am going to try really hard not to spoil what the whole custom looks like. She is done as of right now, but I felt it important while editing to acknowledge some problems that I had with Mod Podge, and it's literally only been 2 days. So I don't know if it's the Mod Podge or the paint that I used or some combination of both, but the base of the wing here started cracking, and so did a little higher up on the wing. Like right about here, started cracking here, and then also, sorry, her tail's in the way, and then also the inner wing and the outer wing on this side as well. what I did to remedy it is I just put more Mod Podge over it, and just going forward in the future, I'm going to be really careful not to move her wings at all. Final reveal in 3, 2, 1. Here she is. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. She is so pretty, you guys. Here is the full pony, and I will also try to put a before and after on the screen for you. She is absolutely gorgeous. I love her. I have not completely styled her hair yet, just because according to the Mod Podge bottle, it takes about 4 weeks to completely set. So I'm going to let the Mod Podge set completely before I go in and get her wet and style the hair properly. Yeah, it looks frizzy. It's just been braided for the last year and a half. So that's what that's all about. She is absolutely gorgeous. I love her. The main thing that annoys me about her is the Mod Podge made her very, like, rough. It gave her some, you can see the Mod Podge brush strokes. According to the Mod Podge bottle, you can sand it down with super fine sandpaper, but honestly, I don't care enough to do that because I don't want to risk my custom. I love how she looks. I think she turned out super well. All the details on her are just so beautiful, and I don't know, I just love her so much. As you can see with the eye color and stuff like that, the eyes match the hair really well, and the lightest part of the eye matches the wings, but the wing doesn't match the hair. But honestly, I really like just how everything turned out. Her cutie mark looks great, and overall, I just think she is so pretty, and I just love her so much. She's amazing. But yeah, here she is. Here is kind of what her feet look like and what her head looks like. Some close-up shots of her. I think she turned out so well. There's one thing about her that I noticed. I just put her head back on. It took forever. It was really hard to get her head on, but her head is very stiff and squeaky, which I mean is fine because it's not like I turn ponies' heads all the time. I don't know what that's about. I probably just got extra paint and stuff in there. As for a name for this pony, I'm thinking probably something like Rose or something like that, because she has a compass on her for her cutie mark, and you know, like compass rose, I don't know. Anyway, if you guys have name suggestions, let me know, because I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of her. See you in the next video. Bye, everyone!